What's up, everybody? We're back. Episode 18.
Yes. Relatively speaking
podcast. We're back. We have a special guest today, Marin Dugast from Lift Crossfit, the new homie.
Yes.
We got to actually hang out outside the gym for the first time on Monday for Sarah's surprise birthday party. That was awesome. I was glad your new wife could come, who is also named Sarah. Which is it with an H or just S-A-R? Okay.
Sarah with an H.
Okay, nice. That's the best way to spell it. But we appreciate you coming on, man. This is going to be fun. Just hang out and we'll hit these smelling salts here in a minute, but get to know you a little bit, interrogate you.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I missed the surprise.
Yes, you did.
You came a little late.
Well, you also missed the surprise almost getting ruined because one of the party goers came to my house instead of going to his house. I'm not going to say who it was because I don't want to embarrass them anymore. They were
How insane is that?
But they came to our house as we're walking out the door to go to Hudson's house. They show up at our house and they're like, "Where is everybody? Like, what's happening?" And Lou was able to get to the wife and say, "The party's not here. The party's not here. The party's at."
Oh, so she saved it.
Yeah, so she saved it. Lou's my daughter.
Tallulah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I call her Lou for short. Yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
She's your new babysitter.
She is.
Yeah, she's your new Hannah.
Dude, she's actually epic.
Yeah, dude.
I see Hannah and her are very similar in many ways.
Well, she would, before Hannah moved, Hannah was like Lou's favorite person to hang out with. But
Is that Hannah Essen?
Essen, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did she babysit for you? Or?
She babysat for us for a while, and she was at the gym all the time.
Oh, she watched the kids actually the night of the party, right? Did you say that?
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, when she left, it was like very hard. It's like it was like a sister, daughter, a babysitter. She's cool.
Yeah, she's a good egg, that one.
Yeah, but before we get into kind of like we've talked about, getting into all the details of Marin's life and talking about CrossFit and whether or not it's the best form of lifting or what his opinions on it are and all that, we wanted to give Phineas a little shout out. He had his first flag football game.
First football game
this last weekend. Like we've talked about, this podcast has seen the development of Finn's love of football because it started right kind of when we started this podcast. And he had his first game, and the second play of the game, he got what's called a pick six. Jeremy learned this phrase. He got an interception.
Already forgot it. I don't know.
And ran it back for a touchdown on the second play of the game, first pass play of the game. So
everybody cried.
Yeah, everyone was jumping up and down, screaming. I look over and Sarah is crying, and she's like, "I'm just so happy for him." I was actually surprised. Jeremy cried at his first practice. Just reminiscing on how the heck.
Because for some reason I'm watching him on the field, and he's
big.
He's as tall, almost as tall as me. I only have like an inch on him, maybe at this point, maybe 2 inches. He's so tall.
He's not that tall, but yes.
It feels like it when he's standing next to me.
He's probably like 5'11".
He doesn't have a big presence because he's just a string bean. But when he's standing next to me, I'm like, damn, dude, you're tall.
Yeah.
He's like a George Kittle, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. So he started the game off right, and we were stoked on him. And then River's team got a tie, and he was saying that that's essentially a win because they didn't lose. So but he was the most hyped kid out there. It was so cute, actually. I was very proud of him. Every play that his teammates were making, he was the first one over there to celebrate
him.
So that was super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so big weekend in the Holstrom household. We had the football games. Yeah. Jeremy and Sarah went to Chico for the day, and then the surprise party.
Yeah, not a party planner.
Chill.
I don't want to throw another. I don't want to throw another party. Yeah, I don't want to do
awesome,
that. Yeah, it was great. She's the only one I'd ever do that for, and I'm never doing it again.
We had Galibe of Doughboys making pizzas at the house. That was epic.
Those pizzas were unbelievable.
It was basically a Relatively Speaking podcast sponsored event. We had Evan provide the beers from American. We used up all of our favors in one day. So
it was cool to be in a position to have friends that I could call on with favors to help me do things, because I'm just like, I don't know how to do any of this shit by myself. Yeah. So Evan, what do? He's like, so this is what you need to do. This is what you got to do. And I was like, okay.
Evan is the man, dude.
Dude, Evan is.
I want to be friend with Evan.
Yeah.
He was very cool. I got to shout out my wife too. She did a very good job setting up the house.
Oh yeah,
getting
and that's what I
everything
mean. Like, and you guys, it
ready
was just
for-
like,
Your house
for the
is
house
cool.
to be good, and she made the cake, which
So good.
got devoured in about 2 seconds. I think the plan was not to like have the kids eat it. We had like ice cream for them, but the second she got out the cake, every kid lined up with a plate.
well, and I don't
it
want
was
to put
just
anyone.
gone.
Yeah,
So the cake was just gone.
it was so good.
but
so
everyone
good.
was very happy.
Yeah, it
with
was great.
that.
Let's hit these and then
Yeah,
start
let's-
asking
Oh, God.
asking some questions.
Okay.
I'll go first. Just
No. Make him go first. He's got to start it off so we can get a true reaction. Guess go first.
He's a psycho, dude.
I don't know how potent it'll
Where
be.
do you buy those? On Amazon?
no, you buy them from this company's website. So it's the cap's basically off. So all you got to do is take the cap off and don't get too close to it. But get
Yeah, I feel like you might need to get fairly close this time. It's not so potent. No. Take a sniff. Come on, give it a
Dude.
rip.
Dude. That just.
You see the eyes light up, dude. Your eyes light up.
I can
You're
smell
ready
them.
to go. Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Where's the
You
deadlift
go
bar?
next, dude. Oh, oh my, I'm crying, bro. Oh, this is so.
Come on, let's hit a back squat.
Yeah.
Let's go. For some reason that only went up my left nostril.
Oh, you took a big.
Yeah.
hit.
It's
Oh, that's.
it's
so
definitely
intense.
not as potent, but it still will get you, man. Oh. Yeah, shake it up, Jay.
Dude, I need one of those.
Yeah.
I really need one of those.
well, you can have the new one.
before,
crazy.
before I go for. You know,
We ordered a new
good-
one and it didn't arrive in time.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
completely
Yeah,
nuts.
Jeremy loves it. He loves it.
Look at his face, dude. He loves it so much.
You can rip it way harder than you used to be able
when
to. But
when you first got them, dude, it was like,
dude, when I opened it the first time,
Yes.
it popped. Like like when you
yeah.
open like a soda, like the carbonation was like
Yeah.
it was wild.
That really woke me up. Oh, I'm fired up
Yeah.
now. This is, do you understand why they do that before lifting?
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
it makes a lot of sense. It's a little psycho, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
they have them in the little things. All the football players do them, and
when they come, they
football
come like
players,
they'll do
they
them
make,
before.
they're in, like glow sticks.
Yeah.
They make them that way too,
yeah.
and like you crack it.
Yeah.
They have them in first
Do
aid
they
kits.
do them on the sideline like that?
Yeah, and they have just like they kind of look like those little like Zyn pouches, like the little like
Yep.
nicotine pouches. They have them like that, and they'll just do them on their nose before. I even seen like I'm a big football fan, so like the Chargers head coach, like Jim Harbaugh, he'll
Yeah.
like do it on the sideline. Like
Really?
he like has them in his pocket, and you'll like see he's got to get fired up.
cocaine.
What you like? You guys love football, huh?
I do. Jeremy's like never been a sports guy.
You don't like football?
I don't dislike football, but I wouldn't choose to sit down and watch a football game. But if there was like, it was just like if like Hudson's like, hey, come watch
Yeah.
a football game, I'll come watch a football game.
Okay,
But I'm not
yeah.
gonna,
Yeah.
Turn on.
You're a big fan.
Yeah, huge fan. I watch everything. I'm a huge football fan, and like the UFC, I'm big into MMA.
dude.
He told me that you guys watch the fights at the gym.
I
I get every fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
We
like
should
a
get together
diehard.
next time.
Yeah, we should.
Unless you already have,
No,
a
I just do it at my house every time.
Bro.
Yeah,
Okay, next time.
yeah. I'm like majorly into it, so that's super fun. And I've kind of gotten Jay into it a little bit. We've done it here a couple times.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
gotten fights.
what was
here.
the one that was like? It
should
was
do
in
this.
Dubai, or it was like it was at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we've done those like when they're in
That
Abu
was fun.
Dhabi and stuff.
Yeah.
They actually just announced there's another one in July in Abu Dhabi.
Nice.
So yeah, we're into it. Do you have like a favorite? Like, are you pretty into it? Do you have
Oh,
like a
so
favorite
into it.
fighter?
I mean, back in the day, Connor was my
Yeah,
favorite fighter.
same.
I mean, like he really got me into it.
Yeah.
I was a fan already before, but when Connor came along, I was like, dude.
Dude, that's my exact story.
Yeah.
Like in high school, I would watch it. Like friends, we would get it and stuff, and I really liked it. And then I kind of went away from it. And then when I started to hear, it was actually like the same era, Connor and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Like became so big that I was just like hearing him. I'm like, I got to check this out. Like, who's this guy? And I actually saw like a YouTube video of Conor before I saw him fight. I saw like an interview.
Which YouTube? Oh, an interview.
Yeah, just an interview. And I was like, dang, I was like, this guy's awesome. And then the first fight I saw was when he fought Dennis Seaver. And then he like jumped the cage and got in Aldo's face in the cage. And then that fight got set up. So I got to see kind of his whole run. And yeah, I loved him. But now I'm just like, obviously he's not active, but there's just so many. I love Max Holloway.
Yeah, same.
He's awesome.
Dude.
Sugar Sean's fun to watch. Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Like all the strikers and stuff are fun. But there's just tons of good good fights.
Yeah,
so.
It's amazing. I love the UFC.
Yeah. Is that like your main sport that you like to watch? Or do you watch football too?
I've gotten into football a lot. Like I genuinely for the last 2 years got into football, and I'm starting to get a really cool, I don't know, like a taste for it.
Yeah.
Before that, it's like from Europe, you don't really understand it or anything like that. But being here for a bit now, I'm like, I really like watching football. I don't have like a favorite team, but I'm getting into it.
Yeah. So are you like you watch soccer?
Yeah.
Or did you grow up with that?
Yeah, I grew up playing soccer since I'm like 4-year-old until I was 15 or 16. I played soccer pretty competitively. My brother actually was a pro soccer player for a few years.
Oh, dang.
So we were kind of like, always competing, and he did a lot better than me. But I also stopped when I was like 15. I was kind of done with it. So I kind of watch it, but not a ton.
Okay.
I like watching football more.
Nice. And for the viewers, obviously, or listeners, you're hearing an accent. So let's just jump into that. So where are you from?
Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah, speak French. I want to try to get rid of my accent as much as I can.
No, dude, it's legit.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is it?
Oh, dude,
People
it's
think
so
I'm from
rad.
like Russia or Ukraine or something.
I didn't really think it was French at first when you were first saying that.
What do you
But
think it
now
was?
that you've said that, I feel like I can hear that now.
I just thought you were like Eastern European or something.
I look a little Eastern European, I think. I don't know why, but it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. And so then you moved here when?
2000. Well, I did school in 2015, 16, 17. First year and second year at BSSM.
Okay.
And then I moved back to Germany to do like a ministry kind of type, I don't know how you call it, like internship or something like that. There for a year. That's where I met my wife. She was also there doing like graphic design for that ministry in Europe.
And where is she from?
She is from a little bit all over the place. She grew up, she is a missionary kid.
Okay.
So she kind of grew up all over Europe, Africa, Spain.
Was she born
England.
here though, in America?
No, she was born in West Africa, Ivory Coast.
Oh, dang.
That's crazy.
So she kind of she was born there, but she never really like lived there. They moved back to they were in Cyprus. You know what Cyprus is?
Greece?
It's close to Greece. It's a little island in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea.
Okay.
Dang.
So
Yeah.
she lived there for a long time.
That's cool.
And then Spain, England. So yeah. But
so
then
did you grow up in like the church? Is that like how did you get introduced to Bethel and stuff?
So yeah, so I kind of grew up in the church, but my dad wasn't really like a Christian, so it's kind of tough for my mom because she wanted to go to church. He didn't really want to go to church. He was like, this is kind of. He had a lot of like bitterness and resentment towards like feeling like people weren't like really real at church, like they were not really authentic. He felt like pretty judged there and stuff. So he was like, I don't want to go to church. But so that's kind of like how I grew up. With that like mixed.
Yeah.
So we kind of went to church until I was like 11 or 12. And then I kind of decided I don't want to go to church anymore, which, I don't know. My mom was cool with it. She was not trying to force anything on me. So me and my brothers, we kind of just, like we're rebel. Is that how you say it? Rebel?
Yeah.
And we were just like, screw this. We don't want to go to church anymore. And we did that until I was maybe 16 or 17, and I was going through a rough phase. My dad had just passed away when I was like 15, and I was like, just going through a hard time. And that's when I went to a camp in south of France with my mom and my sister. They were like, "Come with us." I didn't have anything to do at that time, and that's when there was this lady from BSSM. She was Swiss, but she had done BSSM. she was the main speaker there, and she called me out from like the way back. I was like in the back,
Whoa.
like I don't want to do anything with this, like I was like, what is this crap? And then she called me out from like far away. She actually, that prophetic word has been insanely accurate. Probably one of the most accurate prophetic words I've had. And she basically was just calling me out to be a leader and doing all these things. I was maybe 17. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And she finished the word by saying, hey, you're gonna see the glory of God in sports. And she kind of just moved on. And I was like, not really into like sport. Like I've done soccer and whatever, but I wasn't like into any of that. And so it's really interesting that now it's kind of like full circle with that. Yeah.
Dang.
Holy cow.
That's awesome. So then you came here for school, and then did you go back home before moving here officially?
Yeah. It was a bit of a crazy story, but I met my wife there in Germany. Then I left that spot there. It was a bit of a interesting place. I was not doing really well, so I left that spot, and I needed help. I was like, I need someone to help me with my emotional world, and so that's when I really felt like God was like, go back to Reading and intern for this guy called Joel Power. I don't know if you guys know him, Joel Power. He is the leader of Bethel, New York now.
Okay.
So it was kind of weird because I was like, I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm supposed to come back to Reading and just be under that guy for a year and just basically like get healed from kind of like everything that had happened, but also just from my life. I think I never really fully spent the time to do that. BSSM can be really good, but you can also really hide behind like performance and just the hype that's there and just go, and you never really stop and take care of your heart, yourself.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's kind of like that year was, and my wife moved back to Reading, and we weren't married at that point, but that's after that we got married and stuff.
Dang.
So I don't know, maybe it's confusing everything, the timeline, but
No.
I was in Reading, then back to Europe, then back to Reading.
Okay.
And that's around the time I was in Germany. That's around the time I discovered CrossFit.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was not doing well.
Gotcha.
That's like, well.
And so you went from like you didn't really lift or anything to into CrossFit?
I was running a lot, actually. You guys are huge runners.
Yeah.
I was running a lot at that time. We were kind of like in this house in Germany, in a 300, it was like 600 people village, like nothing to do. It was so like hard and it was so intense. We had to do all this like Bible study and stuff. It was just really intense. And I was so I needed an outlet. So I would just go and freaking run in the vineyards. And in that, it was a vineyard. So like, I don't know if you've seen vineyards. Yeah. They thrive when it's like uphill.
For sure.
For the sun and stuff. Yeah. So I would just freaking run uphill. I got pretty good at running in that time. But then after that, I found CrossFit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you started doing it there in Germany, you said?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Well, I would visit my family back in Belgium. And so my older brother had found it. And he was like, dude, you got to try this thing. It's epic. And I was like...
And like what year do you think it is?
2018.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018. 17, 18, yes. That's when he invited me to come to go to a CrossFit gym in Belgium.
Okay.
And I walked in and there was people everywhere just working out, freaking lifting barbells. I was like, where am I? Like dark, and grinding and sweating. And I was like, what is this place? I've never seen something like that. And I did one workout. I forgot what workout it was, but it was like kind of like EMOM kind of type workout. We moving from one station to another, and I was hooked. I was like, this is epic. This is gonna be what I'm gonna do now. Well, like this is what I'm gonna do for exercising, or what's gonna replace my running.
Okay.
Kind of what happened, yeah.
And did you pick it up fairly quickly? Like, did you feel like you were pretty good at it from the start, or did it take a while?
I was very weak.
Okay.
So like, I didn't realize how weak I was. You know what I mean? Like, you never lift weight in Europe. Like, it's not like a thing where here kids will like do like lifting weights and stuff like that at school. Uh-huh. So all I did was playing soccer, and it's kind of it. Maybe like play tennis here and there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And So when and running, you know, or I did a bit of rock climbing, but that's it.
Okay.
So when I started CrossFit, I was really good at my conditioning. Like I could just keep going.
Yeah.
But I was so weak. So
Dang.
Yeah.
What have you found tough about doing CrossFit?
Everything.
The like complexity of the lifts?
Yeah, the
doing,
complexity
like,
of the movements
like-
for sure. But one of the things that,
the Olympic type style lifts?
well, because I've never done any sort of like barbell,
Yeah.
you know, mechanical type stuff with like barbells. I've only ever really done, you know, like bench press in the gym with barbells or whatever. So the complexity of the movements in terms of like activating your hips and using your lower body, right? Like that's something that I don't have that connection yet. So I still very much use my upper body and my shoulders and my arms to do everything.
Yeah.
Which is the wrong way to do it. That's been the challenge, obviously, and it's hard as shit.
Yeah.
You know,
it's very common though.
But it's cool. I think the thing that's helped me is the fact that I do have like the cardio or like the conditioning to be able to I can just keep going.
Yeah.
Like I'll get tired, but I recover really quickly and I can go back and then go do a clean and jerk incorrectly 5 more times, you know?
Nice.
So that's been the hardest thing is obviously learning how to do, even like pull-ups are different in CrossFit. It's not the same as a rake. It's a different type of.
Is it like the kipping?
Like the kipping and using maybe it's like a different, I don't know if it's like right to say it's different, but it's like you.
When I was listening to your podcast last week, sorry, I don't want
to cut me off, man. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I need to talk to Jeremy.
No, because I don't know. Look, I'm the first person to say I don't know.
It's perfect.
But it's one of those things. It's like even go do 5 chest to bars, and so I'm like trying to use all my upper body to pull my chest to the bar, and then everybody else is swinging and hipping and doing whatever they're doing, and like dry humping the air to get up to the bar.
That's what it is.
And it's like, okay, well, I don't know how to do that. It's just like I have to practice just pushing the bar away and doing that to like get that motion down.
Yeah.
But it's so you wouldn't think like I can do pull-ups. Like I do pull-ups all the time. But no, you need to do these and you need to get your chest to the bar and you need to use your legs to do it. Like use your legs to do a pull-up. What the hell are you talking about?
That's crazy.
Or you not use your legs, but use that momentum to help you. And
sure.
So it's been cool.
But so CrossFit
correct him.
Yeah,
correct
save me.
No.
Save me.
CrossFit is the focus of CrossFit when it came across was from this guy called Greg Glassman, and he was a personal trainer, and he was in a Gold's Gym, like the Gold's Gym bodybuilder, and he was dealing with this client, and he was like, there must be these guys don't care about looking like a bodybuilder. Like these people, they just want to be healthy. They just want to be in shape. They just want to be functional and fit and be able to play with their kids. And he was frustrated with the standard, 5x5 and 3x12 and whatever, biceps curls here. Then we do back, then we do legs. He was like, there must be something more than this, like to train people. And so he basically gathered a bunch of, different methodology. Like it's not like he created the whole thing, but what he did is he put everything together.
Wow.
and then created constantly varied functional fitness at high intensity, which is what CrossFit is. And that's how you increase your fitness. That's how, and he defined also fitness because nobody had a definition for fitness. It's like, what is fitness? Is a runner fit? Like, yes, they have a component of fitness, but are they overall fit?
Yeah.
Or is a bodybuilder fit? Or, just because they look jacked, so what is fitness? And that's what he did really well, is he defined it, he put a definition to it and a whole journal, about what is fitness.
Yeah.
And so what he's trying to say is like, we're not really always trying to look a certain way. That's not our main goal.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen if you do CrossFit long enough and you actually do CrossFit, which means you also really take care of your nutrition.
Yeah.
You're gonna look absolutely shredded, but that's not the goal. Right?
Yeah.
So like we're not in here to just do like strict pull-ups, then we're doing bench, then we're doing rows because we're trying to target different part of the body. What we're trying to do is, move. Let's say you have 1,000 pounds of sandbags on one side of your yard, how fast can you move that 1,000 pounds of sandbag from that side of the yard to the other side of the yard? That's what we're trying to do. And so we're trying to do that with pull-ups too. It's like, how fast can you do 50 pull-ups? And how efficiently can you do 50 pull-ups, you know? Like, yeah, you could do all of them strict, but you'll probably be here in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I can do 50 pull-ups in a minute.
Yeah.
You know, because
that's the word, is efficiency, right? That's the thing, is what I'm learning about CrossFit is how to be like functionally fit and efficient. So it's not just go do, like you're saying, not do 50 pull-ups, but go do it efficiently, crank them out in a minute.
Yeah.
And then go do,
increase your intensity.
Right. You don't need to go F around in the gym for an hour. You go do as many reps as possible in 15 minutes, and you're going to be on the floor throwing up. Like but it's that efficiency thing. It's learning how to use all of your muscles to,
it's
do
funny
something.
too, because you were saying that it's not necessarily about like how you look and stuff. I feel like there's definitely a specific look of a CrossFit person.
Yeah.
Like I can spot out if you do CrossFit. Essentially, you're the poster boy of it. But big shoulders, big quads, kind of like an outward six pack, and like a big back. You look like athletically, you kind of like a linebacker would be. Like it's like they're not super lean. Usually they're not super, like it's a good combination. You look like more than like an athletic body, because it's like a little bit more of bodybuilding with that, you know what I mean? Like you can just like tell, but I always feel like, and I think it's a lot with like the clean and jerks, and there's a lot of overhead press. I feel like CrossFitters always have huge shoulders. Yeah. Like that's like a big quads. Yeah. You can always like tell that. And I feel like that's just like the typical, like if you're looking at a physique, you're like, oh, that dude does CrossFit. And I was curious. It's actually funny like that now we're just getting to hang out and get to know each other. Cause I remember seeing you at Evergreen when we moved here in June, and you were just talking about how you're selling your van. I saw your van. I thought that was sick. And then you were in there. And like when I moved here, I didn't know like where I was going to work out or what I was going to do. Like, I feel like that dude has to like work out. Like, what does he do? Is he like one of the,
he must work out.
I was like, I heard of like that there was like the jujitsu gym. I was like, I wonder if he does that, but I didn't notice that you had cauliflower ears. So I was like, no, maybe not. Like, I wonder like where he lifts. And then Jay was like, oh, he like owns his own gym. I was like, wow, that makes sense. And I was like,
that checks out.
Yeah.
Checks out.
So
that math works.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what he's saying is very true. Is we call this effective minimum dose. So it's like how fast can you achieve a certain amount of work, you know, and that's what we do. That's what makes you really fit, is that high intensity, but it's not always high intensity. I mean, you've seen what we do, like, you know, we vary a lot.
Do you ever wear like a heart rate monitor or your watch or anything? Have you ever like gotten into that? Do you try to look at, like, the science of it type thing? And
yeah, I used to have a Whoop.
Yeah.
The Whoop band. I hated it.
Really?
I think it was it's probably better now, but it was tracking like longer effort kind of type, like running, soccer, and it was not well at tracking like doing a 5x5 back squat, you know, like that's extremely strenuous on your nervous system and your body. To just do a real 5x5 back squat, let's say, or even like a 10-minute like AMRAP where you're just sanding it for 10 minutes, but that's it. I would feel like a lot more tired and strained from that workout than doing a 50-minute long run. Yeah. But my Whoop would be like, you have a 18 strain on the run and then like 5.
Yeah. That's 100%. That is 100% how my experience has been with Garmin.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been the same thing, because it obviously is just your heart rate is what's determining your relative effort. But with CrossFit, it's like I'm tired as balls after 20 minutes versus like go run for 20 minutes. I'm not going to be, your watch is like, I don't know, my watch thinks I'm dead. So that's another thing. But I definitely noticed that too. So I'll turn it on just to have it, just so I can see what my heart rate is. But the data I don't feel like is accurate, because it is so much more taxing on your nervous system than I think any sort of like fitness watch band, whatever, is going to be able to actually tell you.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's Glassman was the guy that founded CrossFit, was never really a fan of like heart rate monitors and stuff. He was more a fan of like, just, you got to go by feel. Like, how do you feel right now? You know, like, do you feel like iron in your mouth, like that little like taste of blood in your mouth? Like that's like when you're pushing to that high intensity. I mean, have you guys ever felt that before?
I don't think I have.
Or like here, like your ears are starting to ring.
Yeah, I've had that.
Have you had that before?
Yeah.
That's when you
like
really
you just ate a bunch of batteries.
Yeah.
That.
But you know, I mean, obviously, like that's when you're touching the fire, right? You can't stay there very long. That's kind of like how we describe as coaches for people. Like they don't really understand intensity. It's like putting your hands on a fire. You know.
Yeah.
You can kind of touch it for a second and then you have to pull back. You know. So.
Well, that's what's been.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you compete?
I used to. I've kind of stopped that the last year. I've focused a lot more on growing the gym. But before that, I was competing a lot. Yeah.
Okay. And would like you go places to? Is it like you have to travel to do different competition type thing?
Sacramento has a lot more stuff there. I did a competition in North Carolina. So like I do stuff like, but it wasn't like crazy high level. Like I'm not like that good. I'm like in Reading, I'm good. Like if you compare me in Reading, I'm like probably top 3, top 5 CrossFitter, probably more like top 3. But I'm like, but overall, like in California, I'm I don't know, maybe
that's
like
a big state.
top like 300 or top 200 or something like that.
Okay.
But like that's not enough to compete. It's you have to be so insanely fit to compete. I mean, you saw what those guys do at the Open.
Oh, dude.
Like crazy. I did the Open and I'm not even close to make the semifinal. So it's like,
yeah, dude, it was crazy.
And that's okay. I mean, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so when did you open the gym? Or when did you become an owner? Or how does that like process work?
So it was a bit of a crazy process, but my wife started working for this company here in town called the Adventure Challenge.
Okay.
Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
And so they were blowing up at the time. She was their first employee, but they started like really doing well. And I started working for them too. They basically helped me, you know, like achieve my dream, which was to like own a CrossFit gym. And the owners we were pretty good friends, and for some reason they felt the generosity to buy me a CrossFit gym.
Really?
Whoa.
The owners of the Adventure Challenge? Really?
Yeah, which is insane. But well, so like for the first few years, they were owners, 85% owners. I was 15% owner, and I was just managing the gym, you know, not making any really profit or anything like that. And then 2 years ago, they kind of approached me like, "Hey, we're not really interested in owning anymore. Like it's kind of like a liability for us and stuff. So, do you want it?" And so I was like, "Yeah." So now I own it 100%.
When did Lyft open?
Dang.
2020.
Okay.
COVID, right in COVID, dude.
Yeah. And that's from the beginning. That's when because somebody didn't have it before you.
Before that, it was called Jefferson State CrossFit.
Okay, that's
years.
where I was getting confused. Yeah, because I remember I had gone there a couple times before, and I don't ever remember you being.
No, yeah.
But I don't remember. It was a while ago that I went. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
So before that opened, did you do it at a different gym? Did you do CrossFit at a different gym, or were you not here? Or?
No. I was doing CrossFit out of Everyday Fitness for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing that in that like middle. Have you been to Everyday Fitness in that little middle area?
Yeah, they have like a little CrossFit gym inside of.
Well, it's just like.
It's just like a kind of looks like a It's got
like
all this stuff.
The worst mistake I've ever made is to do that. I should have just went to a CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
How many other CrossFit gyms are there in Reading? I know there's is there the one that's on the other side in the same where Lyft is, the FemFit? Is that's a CrossFit gym?
It's they do functional fitness.
Okay.
They don't do CrossFit.
Gotcha.
But they like to say they do CrossFit. There's a lot of gyms like that in Reading.
Right.
That do CrossFit, but it's not.
But it's not an actual CrossFit affiliate gym.
No.
Yeah.
You know you can do CrossFit workouts, but that doesn't mean you do CrossFit.
Yeah. Wanted to ask you, I saw a thing, you know, obviously my real job is financial nonsense, but I saw a thing that CrossFit is being sold.
Yeah.
How is that affecting you as a gym owner?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
That's crazy, you know that.
Yeah. I'm more than just a pretty face.
They were sold a while when COVID happened and stuff. Greg Glassman, the guy that was the founder, the owner, he's a very controversial guy. He doesn't really care. He says what's on his mind.
Yeah.
And he made a tweet that was kind of a bad tweet, but it was supposed to be actually for, like, you know, remember when George Floyd stuff happened? And it was kind of like during COVID and stuff, and there was a bunch of stuff happening.
Yeah.
And so he called that whole thing Floyd 19. Like the way they're treating that whole thing is the same way they treat COVID-19.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He was trying to make a comparison.
Yeah.
But people were like, he's a racist.
Yeah.
And they just canceled him. And he got hardcore canceled because of that, and had to resign. And so that's when he sold he sold CrossFit to this stupid corporate group called I think it's Berkshire and something, whatever. And they bought it, and for the last 4 years they've done nonsense with it. But so now they're selling it. So we're hoping they're gonna sell it to a group of people that want to actually bring it back. You know,
because as a CrossFit affiliate gym, do you have is it like you pay a due to CrossFit? Yeah. Okay.
It's an affiliate, so
so
we do whatever we want.
Yeah,
like that's the cool thing. It's like every gyms have their own flavors, and you have to do CrossFit. Like you have to have your trainers have to have level 1, level 2s, like through CrossFit and stuff. But at the end of the day, like you can do your own programming. You can coach however you want to coach. Like you have so much freedom, right? It's not like a franchise, but yeah, we pay an affiliate fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's you and how many other trainers are there, or coaches, or
we have like 5. I have 5 coaches.
Okay. And so what does your kind of like day look like normally? Do you work out in one of the classes, or do you do your own lift in the morning and then coach? Like, what's it kind of look like?
In the morning, I do a couple of admin stuff. I try to, make sure I answer emails and stuff like that. And then I will reach out to leads, people that, are potentially interested and stuff like that. I'll try to make phone calls. That's like the worst part, grandmas and grandpas, no, I don't care. It's like, well, you filled out your info in this ad, but and then so I do that, and then right around 1 or 2 p.m. I go to the gym and I will do the workout that's prescribed for the day, but by myself, because I usually will coach in the afternoon.
Okay.
But sometimes I've been able to coach less lately, so sometimes I'll just jump in. Like today, I'm just gonna jump in at the 3:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you haven't lifted yet. You'll do your lift then with them in the
workout. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he thinks it's just lifting. I need to get him in the door, dude. We need to get him doing an AMRAP, a 20-minute AMRAP.
Yeah,
dude.
He'll crush it, dude. Hudson's a monster.
Would be amazing.
Yeah, it's something like you said, you're how old are you?
29.
Okay, so I'm 34, but same. It got huge around the same time. When I was in my early 20s, I had several people that I knew that started doing it, and then we worked out for a while. Our pastor in Orange County was a personal trainer, and he used to set up our workouts kind of like CrossFit workouts and stuff. So I would do that. I wouldn't say the problem with it, and this is why I want to talk to you about it. So I grew up playing football, and so I've been lifting since I was 13 or 14, and so I kind of know, I used to always have to do heavy back squats and power cleans and deadlifts. So I've always done that stuff, and then I've kind of gotten away from that as I've gotten older, because I've just tweaked my back and stuff doing heavy squats and just so now I'm more. I run a lot, and then I do just bench, pull-ups, and then I usually do any type of dumbbell exercise for legs. Yeah. Just farmer squats, lunges, different leg extensions, just stuff like that for lower body. So I've kind of stayed away from the barbell because I just did it for a long time and kind of got away from it. Yeah. But I am always curious. I'm just very competitive, and I love that aspect of CrossFit and being in there with people. And so I'm for sure interested. I have currently we just have I work out at the Y.
Yeah.
Because I have like the family membership, so we can use the pool and all that. So I go there not every morning, but mornings I work out there. So I am for sure like into the idea of doing it. It just makes me nervous, like doing stuff that I'm like, I just don't want to like tweak my back or get hurt. And that's what I was going to get into is having you on is a good, because I feel like there is some controversy about injuries with CrossFit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people say that they get hurt doing it. Do you feel like that's because of kind of the complexity of the lift, and if you don't use the correct form, you're at risk of injury and stuff? Or do you feel like that's kind of overblown and you don't see people get hurt really?
I think it's very overblown.
But you've heard that, right? You've heard people say that.
It's funny, like the whole propaganda that CrossFit, like will injure you was actually started by the NASM, the big personal trainer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I remember when that when that CrossFit guy died.
Oh, Lazar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally.
But I saw that's when it really ramped up. They're like, CrossFit killed this guy.
Oh, yeah.
But I saw the thing about the personal trainer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was at the games. So that's a different thing.
No, I'm just saying. The point you were making about the association of personal trainers going after CrossFit because it was essentially cutting into their profit.
Like 10,
I saw they were like, CrossFit, which is obviously unfounded.
Yeah.
It's not. The thing with was it Lazar? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Like that was just kind of a freak accident, right? I mean,
Yeah, it was. That's not even.
It's
right.
It's like it happens so much. He
happened to be doing
an event,
and he just
first
drowned.
event at the games last year. I know.
Yeah.
It's so gnarly. And he was such an awesome
stud.
dude. Yeah. Like he loved CrossFit, so it's kind of sad because now there's a whole group that is trying to, they were waiting kind of like to stab CrossFit in the back.
Yeah, but it's just they're not even correlated.
But so to answer your question, the personal trainer group, they falsified a bunch of information like a long time ago about CrossFit, like 10 years ago when it was really getting big, like maybe 2010, 2011, whatever, 12. They falsified a bunch of information and basically saying like, CrossFit equal injury, right?
Really?
And so the founder was like, dude, these guys, and so they went after them in court and they won like every time, and they were able to prove that it was all falsified. But yeah, so my point is CrossFit, the rate per injury per thousand, like how many? Sorry, it's how many per 1,000 hours? What's your ratio of injury? I think for running it's like 11. I think so. Like per 1,000 hour, you got 11 ratio of injury. I think basketball is like 7 or 8. Football is like 15 or 20, and CrossFit it's 1.2.
Dang.
So in another sport that's comparable to CrossFit is I forgot now, but yeah, almost every sport is a lot higher than CrossFit. Running is higher than CrossFit. Like it's actually really frustrating for us as owners and gym owners because that's the propaganda that was put there.
Yeah.
And also every time someone like gets hurt,
it's just part of sport. Too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just gonna happen. I've gotten so hurt from running that I never thought would happen. Like
exactly.
Just whenever you're doing anything at a high level, you're gonna be at risk for
or even doing
injury.
anything.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like you get off your couch, you know,
sneezing will blow your back out.
Exactly. And so it's actually not that, like I don't see people get injured.
Yeah.
Like often. Like he got injured like slightly the other day, and I instantly went to him and I was like, bro, like, what did you do?
Yeah.
Like, what happened that you got injured?
The fuck is wrong with you?
Like, when people get injured, I get frustrated because I know, either us did something wrong or, I should have maybe said something before he started that workout. He told me he tweaked his back running that same morning. And then I wasn't coaching that day, but I was like, okay. And I didn't think more about it, but I should have probably be like, bro, you got to take it easy today. Yeah. You can't do the 50 pounder. You can't, like, and so when he got injured, I felt responsible. I was like trying to help him because I'm like, I know better than that. And And also, I don't want people to think that's what happened when you were in CrossFit. You know, it's like, because there's a bit of a defense happening there. Like,
well, I just appreciated your mentality even in the moment, like even because it's been like a month and a half that I've been going. A month? I don't know. Feels whatever. Doesn't matter. In that moment, you were like, I felt like there could have been two ways that could have gone. One, you could have been like, suck it up and stop being a bitch. Right?
I would have told you.
Which is what Hudson does. Which is when we go on our long runs. He says, you know, I can't breathe. Shut the fuck up.
Jeremy's like, I'm redlining. I'm like, nah, dude, we're chilling.
We're cruising. Or, you know, hey, suck it up. Or, dude, what did you, like, what's wrong? Like, what did you obviously did something wrong, you know? But you were very attentive. And I thought that was cool because I definitely appreciate, because in anything, people can like go towards have the mentality of like belittling is going to make them feel better about themselves. And obviously Hudson does it in jest, you know, because he's just an asshole. But no, I think, but I appreciated that because you're like, oh, well, dude, you shouldn't have done what you did and then come, and I appreciate it. Like you're trying to like hit it hard, but also like you're going to get hurt, and you did. But thankfully it was not a big deal, and back in it.
He told me, he was like, dude, it popped. It went pop. And I was like I was starting to freak out for you. And because those are not good things.
No.
And he's like, but it's not black and blue. You know, like when it turns black and blue and stuff. And in my head, I'm like, what a dumbass. Like, it's not going to turn black and blue instantly. Like, tomorrow you're going to know if it's black and blue, you son of a gun. Like, you idiot. Like, I was like, yeah, it's not black and blue. It just happened. Like, your body's not going to instantly flood, like, blood. Like,
unless you freaking ripped it off the bone.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I just remember a guy that I worked out or knew from high school. His brother ripped his bicep doing
that
curls.
If you
that
actually
instantly,
do something
it
like
was just that was the only thing I had in my mind. I don't know.
For sure.
You just tweaked your vagina a little bit.
Yes. That's where we are. I want to go there.
Listen, go there. It's fine. I'm out here trying new things. I'm not going to be good at it right out the gate. I'm bound to.
He's so amazing.
He also just doesn't have the body for it. He's just a gangly guy, you know, like talking about Finn. I'm like, he is Finn.
Bro.
He's not in tune with his body. Getting him to squat, like those legs he's a giraffe. Those things aren't made to squat.
But here's the deal. I will fucking try.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm so
we gotta get a little meat on that butt, dude. You need to.
I know,
dude.
If I could get a butt,
pancake ass.
I would.
You will.
I would touch my own butt.
You will get a butt.
I would touch my own butt.
Yeah,
I would touch my own.
We
butt.
need to put that thing. You know, it needs to be up your back.
We make so much fun of him, dude. At CrossFit, it's so.
What was so funny is that day in the gym, I think Isaiah was coaching right on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's a coach there?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He was. We were doing some weird like pretzel hip stretch thing on the ground, and he's like, "You're doing that wrong." And then everyone in the gym just proceeded to make fun of me during stretching. He's like, "Oh, cool. I'm glad I'm here to entertain you guys, fuckers."
It's my fault. It's my fault because if I'm there and I'm starting to make fun of someone,
for sure,
they feel they have permission to do that.
My
you can rally, you know?
It's great. I love it.
You will forever be mocked.
I don't care. I might cry about it at home, like in my pillow at night. You know, in Sarah's bosom, just cry about it. But
honestly, you showing up and putting in the work and putting your ego aside is what I don't see 99.9% of the time. The amount of people that quit or don't want to come, but like even for you, what you're saying, I think the main thing that will not get you hurt again is just coming and setting a little bit the ego aside, because we all have an ego. You know, it's not like we have a problem with ego, but it's just like you get there, you have the competition, people are doing this, that, and learning how to set that aside and be like, I'm gonna get ass bounded today.
Yeah, and not trying to be the best. I would struggle with that a little bit. Yes. Yes.
I almost didn't say that. I was like, you know what? It's fine.
it's all good.
I'm turning that into a clip. That's the best I can ever.
Lift CrossFit.
Yes.
Come get your ass pounded. You have to turn it into a t-shirt. You just have your gorilla shirt and says ass pounding.
Oh, I should get the gorilla. That was a big thing though. Hanging from the gorilla.
Oh Lord.
No, but if your back is still struggling, like was it a Ball's disc or something like that?
No. It's nothing serious. I've just noticed whenever I'm like, when I'm like, okay, I want to start to back squat again. Like I need, like I said, I'm competitive and I go through different seasons where I'm like, oh, I'd like to put on some weight and I just like to like move weight, you know, like sometimes I want to bench heavy or squat heavy. And like, I'll notice usually when I start to pick up doing more legs, like if I'm like, all right, I'm going to do some heavier RDLs today, or I'm going to do squat, like I'll tweak, like somehow I'll get into a rhythm where I'm doing it for a month. And then at some point in that, I'll get a tweak in my back. And I'm like, this is why I don't do it. I'm like, I'll just keep it light. It's usually like right on one of the sides, either like lower right side or lower left side. I'll go down low on the squat. And as I'm coming up, I like feel like just the pinch. And I'm like,
little zap.
And then it's like,
does it twist your pelvis and stuff?
Yeah.
Did you end up crooked or no? For a little bit, few days?
Sometimes, yeah. Normally it's where I've noticed it hurt the most. It's, you know, there's like the different, it's when you go like back, like
extension.
Yeah. Extension is usually like where it hurts the most.
You should
it's
put
not
some triactin on it.
What is that?
Have you heard of the cream triactin?
No.
Triactin like a man. That's such a dad joke. I hate that I just did that. But to be honest.
Yeah.
No, but honestly,
I heard
the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
I tweak my back like that.
Yeah.
Not often, but
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
So, but you don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Does it happen often for you?
No. Well, like I said, I kind of stay away from it now. So I haven't, been doing that as often anymore. So it's not, and that's the other thing is I'm not a pussy. So I'll do it. And like, I'll just do it. Like I'll just continue to do it. Yeah.
I'm starting to know you a little bit.
Yeah. I probably need to just not go as heavy or like
hardcore.
If I come into the gym, like you're saying, I need to put your ego aside and just like do less weight. And also these are things like I'm 34 now.
Yeah.
I was squatting in high school, like heavier weight and stuff like that. Like now I have to focus more on like warming up and stretching and like starting light, so I feel like it's probably just form. And to be honest, I have like my hamstrings are very tight. Mm-hmm. So then that can cause back 100%. Issues. My hips are tight. So I've like noticed, and that's what I've noticed in like running and stuff like that and getting like chiropractic treatment and stuff. Like, dude, I can't trip out on this. I can't sit like crisscross out like Indian style.
In the floor?
No. Yeah, I can't.
You can't say Indian, bro. We're going to get canceled.
I never have been able to. I don't know if it's like how I was born or something.
Yeah.
I can think back to elementary school and like when you would sit on the floor like that, I couldn't do that. Like I always like hold my knees. Like I swear, dude, I don't know if like I was like in my mom's womb like incorrectly or what, but like I have the tightest hips. Yeah. So I feel like that is like an issue.
Dude, I really want to, I know you're going to be like, well, of course you do, but I really think you could benefit a lot from what we do.
Yeah.
I know it's a little like, your dad, you don't want to be like hurting yourself and then be like not being able to pick up your kids and do it. I get that, but I think a lot of the problem is weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I know like that's probably not what you want to hear, but like just like weaknesses in some areas of your body. Like just glute weaknesses, like tightness is always weakness.
Yeah.
Like someone that's really tight is usually because they have a lot of like weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like if you look at someone that's pretty like overall fit, they usually have this like suppleness about them. Like they're pretty supple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? By supple or is that a word?
Supple?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is
Supple
that a
is
word?
like soft and
No.
like supple.
No,
like,
supple, like flexible.
Oh, like
Supple.
flexible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a word, guys.
Supple is absolutely a word. You're just using it wrong.
The French guys trying to teach the
Yeah,
Americans.
supple's like pasta is supple. Like
who
al
knows?
dente pasta is
Supple
supple.
like a leopard.
Yeah, I get.
What?
Either way, flexible. Yeah. Yeah.
Sneaky?
Sneaky like a fox?
No, but flexible.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the tightness comes from
Yeah, well, I'm
weakness.
definitely not flexible. That's an
And
issue.
so how can we like get you stronger so then you don't hurt yourself every time you do RDLs or you do, you know? I think it's cool to feel like almost like you can do anything.
What's your best lift?
Well, I'd say that the snatch is my best lift. If you look at it, what? What's your
There's another snatch can be used in a couple different ways.
How can you use snatch? Tell me.
What?
I know the clean and jerk is
No.
No, snatch is just slang for vagina.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just funny.
I didn't know that.
Let me get that snatch, bro.
Are you serious?
So it's just funny that that's your best. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, it is my best.
Getting in there.
But
It is
that's
my
your
best.
that's your
Yeah,
best
all
lift.
the names of the lifts are
Dude,
kind
snatch is tough.
of.
Okay, you don't even know how to snatch, so you. Yeah.
Oh, I know how to
Is
snatch.
that
I know how to
is
snatch.
that from the floor? That's a power clean, but over your head, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you use
You're
your
doing a wide
arms.
grip.
You gotta
doing a
use your
wide
And
grip.
then it's when you squat down all the
Yep.
way to get it above your head,
Yep.
correct? And then you have to stand back up with it above your head.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's extremely demanding. It's honestly like such a fun lift once you figure it out and you're better at it.
That's
Yeah, I mean-
you have to use momentum on that like
Oh,
crazy.
it's all power, speed, agility.
all forearms.
Balance, forms. These guys out there making jokes, I know. But no, the snatch, the cool thing with the snatch is you can't have a guy, most guys in the streets, you give them like an empty barbell and say, hey, snatch this, they can't do
Oh
it.
yeah, no.
They don't have
That's
the
so
strength
hard.
in their back. They don't have the wrist strength or the shoulder strength. It's amazing. I mean, it's extremely demanding and challenging just overall fitness wise. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
It's like if you look at
What can
coming-
you do for that? Like how much weight?
CrossFit? I was gonna say CrossFit. Like that's how you get it, right? My max is 255.
Dang.
So like it's not that much, but that's my point. It's like
But you're putting
for the
200.
difficulty of the movement, it's
For
a
sure.
pretty high
I was
level
gonna say, can
movement.
you do 225? Can you do
225?
Yeah.
So like my clean and jerk is 315. So it's a lot more, but the difficulty of movement is a lot easier.
Yeah.
So it's like, like my deadlift is 505. Like I can deadlift 505, but it's just you're just a gorilla picking something from the ground. You
Yeah.
know, you just have to be strong. You don't have to be flexible for a deadlift or any of that.
Yeah.
The snatch.
just
The cool
brute
thing with the
strength.
snatch is it encompensates so much of the 10 general physical skills that CrossFit has. So like when you're a good snatcher, you're a lot fitter than someone that is a good deadlifter or a good squatter because it requires a lot more to snatch than to squat or deadlift.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Do you ever do anything outside of CrossFit workouts? Or like will you do like curls and stuff or like
Yeah, we do that, like sometimes.
like they're in the lift sometimes, like dips and stuff like
Dips,
that.
not curls. Curls is a single joint movement.
Yeah.
So it's not considered a functional movement, but it's more like curls is like you want to get a big bicep, which is fine. Like we'll do it for fun at the end.
Yeah.
Sometimes like we'll program it just for people to get a good pump.
And you do like there's like jump roping as part of it, right? It's like double unders, right? Isn't that a part of it that you guys do?
Yeah, you can't
Nice.
do them.
And burpees and stuff like that, you do? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, burpees is the most functional movement
Dude,
ever.
so hard.
Yeah,
Like you do, sometimes I'll do like burpees into pull-ups.
yeah.
And just like doing 10 of those, your
Yeah.
heart is going so fast.
Yeah.
Like,
See, that's CrossFit right there.
Yeah,
You're doing
it's like-
CrossFit.
yeah.
Burpee pull-ups. It's probably one of the best movement you can do.
yeah, that's so gnarly.
Mhm.
I mean, just in general, burpees, like that's like what you would do in football and stuff like that. have
You
to
should do
those.
the workout. I forgot what it's called. It's a hero workout. I need to research the name for it. I forgot what it's called, but it's a workout. 10-mile run, and 150 burpee pull-ups for time.
Dang.
So, but
Holy
you can
shit.
partition it however you want. So that means you can split the work however you want.
Yeah.
You can do a mile run, 15 burpee pull-ups,
Yeah.
and then you do that 10 rounds. We should do that together.
Bro.
We should do that.
Should we
you guys
meet up
do-
at the gym and do that together?
Do you
Hell
guys
yeah.
do the Murph
Yeah.
at your gym?
Yeah, you guys should come for that. You should come for
Yeah.
that.
I do that like regularly. Jeremy
make-
does too.
Let's make a.
Do you do it with the weighted vest though?
Last year I didn't because I was being a vagina. But
I've never done it with the weighted vest, and because I never have had one. But I've done
should.
it like I don't even know, dude. How many times do you think you've done it?
I mean,
You
I
do
did
it on
I did
Mondays,
it every
right?
Monday for a whole year. So
Yeah.
no way.
52, at least 52 times.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's why this guy's actually quite fit. We're making fun of him.
Yeah.
but
No, he
he's-
is for sure.
He's really.
Yeah, you did tell me I was strong once.
No. I was actually gonna say that today. He's strong. Like
Yeah.
he's got some weird like 5 kid dad strength. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's strong. He could be really good at CrossFit. I don't know how strong you are, but I feel like you could be really good at CrossFit too.
Yeah, man, maybe we'll see.
Well, you guys 34. How old are you, Jeremy?
65.
He's 30, about to be 38.
I'm gonna
Well,
be
not
38.
about to.
Yeah, August,
Summer.
2 days after you.
But you guys are in your prime.
Yeah.
That's prime. You can be an absolute monster until
I'm
you're
in
like
my-
55.
I'm in my snatch getting years.
At 56,
Not
you're
my
good now. You're in your snatch getting years?
Yeah. All right. So we're at an hour. We've been talking about working out a lot, but what I wanted to ask you, most importantly, is favorite cheat meal, or what do you like to eat? Like if you're grunging out,
Oh,
what are
nice
you?
question.
What are
Jerry.
you eating?
Come with the heater. Now let's get into the fun stuff.
I feel like, I don't know, like a.
Okay. Let me back this up. Do you eat fairly
Yeah,
clean?
what's your diet
Okay, yeah.
like?
Most of the
that's-
time.
That's the better, yeah. No. That's why I'm not like crazy lean.
Yeah.
I would be a lot leaner if I did eat. I eat fairly clean. Like, I don't eat like a standard American.
Yeah.
Like I
Okay.
don't eat a lot of sugar, processed carbs.
Yeah.
I try to really limit like how much I drink, stuff like that. Like I eat a lot of meats, fruits. I don't eat a lot of vegetables. I'm not a huge fan of vegetables. I think it's
who is?
overrated.
Vegetables are gay, bro.
Nice.
I honestly think vegetables are very overrated. I eat a lot of like
Yeah,
carrots
and most
stuff
of them
like
are shaped like wieners. So
Do you do like you follow something for your like
No.
diet? No.
Well,
Like
I
do you do
kinda
like
follow the-
animal based?
Yeah, I kind of follow that. That's my dream diet. Is the
Yeah.
animal based diet, but I don't like strictly follow it. I
Yeah.
still have, I had cake the other night.
Yeah.
Like I had pizza, I have fries. So it's like my dream. If I'm gonna send it, I'm gonna have fries and a burger, and just a Coke.
Do you like
a
In-N-Out?
Coke, dude? Yeah,
You like it out? Yeah.
yeah. I love In-N-Out.
okay,
What's your
so
order? What's your order?
yeah,
from
well,
In-N-Out?
there you go.
Flying Dutchman, always on the side. So I want the extra meat.
Okay.
You
there
know
go.
what? You know
Yes.
what?
Yes. Yeah. We got.
We,
yeah.
we know you like the extra
Okay,
meat.
chill
so-
out.
No, but I get Flying Dutchman
Okay,
too.
Flying
yeah.
Dutchman. Then I will get a double with grilled onions. And then sometimes if I'm feeling crazy, I'll get the animal style.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fries or the animal style burger?
No, the fries.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I'm hungry, I'll get 2 burgers. So I'll get the
And a Flying Dutchman?
2 doubles and fries.
Hell yeah. Dude.
How much do you weigh?
200.
You're 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And how tall are you? You're a little taller
5'10".
than me. Yeah. I'm
5'11",
5'9".
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
On a good day, 5'11". But yeah, I don't follow. I do want to start counting my macros again. You guys familiar with that? So I have this girl coming back from Texas. She's gonna be at my gym. She just did her nutrition stuff, and I think I'm gonna start counting my macros again with her.
Dang.
I want to get really dangerously looking again. Like I
That's
take my
what's
shirt
up.
off
It is that
At
time
a-
of year.
at
Yes.
a birthday party like the other night,
Mhm.
and I can just.
If you took your shirt off at the party, I would have made you leave.
But yeah, I wanna start,
go away.
I want to start looking really lean
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Totally.
and dangerous again.
Yeah. Nice. This time of year, you gotta get the abs popping. Get a little vascular, get the veins and the bicep going.
Yeah,
Nice.
a little vascular. yeah.
How would you answer that question? What would your cheat meal be? We haven't ever really talked about that.
I don't know, man. I don't.
Beers.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like
I'd say beers is a good answer.
Beers is a real good answer. I used to do like sweets a lot. Like sweets were a big thing, but for the last couple years, like ice cream,
little lollipop,
gummy bears.
He's a gummy bears. He likes
gummy bears, that sort of thing. But now I don't like a cheat meal. Probably like go like sending it in and out, getting 2 burgers, getting animal style fries, like getting the Flying Dutchman. But
you just repeat his order, dude?
No, I'm just saying I like that. But I like if I'm gonna send it on I'll probably do like a breakfast burrito from Super Burrito or breakfast burrito
like
quesadilla.
A cheat meal to me, but it probably is. It's probably extremely fatty.
Well, it's super greasy because to me, like a cheat meal is greasy and grimy. In-N-Out doesn't feel like a cheat meal. That's like, but In-N-Out doesn't. In-N-Out's, I mean, you can eat In-N-Out like super healthy, just don't get a bun, and you're fine. But cheat meal probably would be burrito.
I haven't really found anything here. We've talked on the spot
Chinese
about
food
the
from
lack of food here in Reading, so I don't.
Yeah, you
I
guys
don't
from
really know.
SoCal, huh?
Yeah, so there was obviously, but either way, I would say normally like on a Saturday. So we typically do like a long run Saturday, and then that day I'll eat different than I do the other days. And I love like Mexican food, so some type of burrito or something. I really like chips, so any type of like you call like tortilla chips or like potato chips, not fries. I haven't had it in forever, but I used to get a lot like Jersey Mike's, like a Philly cheesesteak from there, a Chipotle cheesesteak.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I'll take yours too.
I used to get that often. That's really good. Yeah. Pizza, I like pizza, but I don't have a pizza place here that I like know.
Galibe's Pizza Incorporated.
Have you tried the new place? What's that called?
Oh, Donatello's?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
But Galibe is so much better.
Yeah. That was awesome. His food was great the other night.
Yeah. Well, how often do you guys go run together on Saturday?
Try to.
Yeah, we kind of do.
How far you go? How long are you running for?
At least 10.
Yeah.
Saturdays we do at least 10 miles.
You serious?
Yeah.
Every Saturday 10 miles?
That's like that's like been my normal. Hudson will like usually
15K.
go like he did 16 a couple weeks ago when he was in Costa Mesa, and I will do like 10. Like 12 is like if I'm gonna do like really, I'll go like 12, 10 to 12. But Hudson's more like he'll do 14 just for fun. But I'm more in the 10 or 12 on a weekend. I feel like I accomplished something, but his brain is fucked, so he has to do. I'm gonna go do 16. Why? Well,
he was pretty pissed. One of the last times we ran together, we were gonna do a 10-mile run, or he said a 10-mile run. I wanted to do more than that, so I ran to meet him at the starting point. And so I'm like running down. And he's sitting in his car, and he was so mad. He's like, why are you trying to one up me? I'm like, so I added a little bit to it, but yeah, typically. I'm in a nice little rhythm right now. I'm not like, I don't have a race or anything. So I'm doing 3 days running, 3 days lifting. I go like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday run. I've been doing like 7, 10, 12, 14, 16, something like that. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
At Lift CrossFit.
There we go.
No, but that's amazing.
You can't come to 3:30 though. You have to come to 5:30.
I'm serious. Can you? You're saying you can run 10 miles?
I would struggle to run. I can totally do it. I don't know if I can do it at your guys' pace.
Well, also, if you're saying you can partition it, we should do that workout sometime. And also, don't. Usually at CrossFit gyms they do the Murph on Labor Day, right? Yeah. That's like coming up, right? Yeah. Isn't that in May?
Mm-hmm. I'll invite you guys.
Yeah, we should do it that day for sure.
You should definitely come for that. But before that, we should do
what you said. You don't know what the name of that one is?
I can look it up when I'm done.
A 10-mile run?
10-mile run and 150 burpee pull-ups.
How would you partition that if you were going to break it up?
10-mile run and burpee push-ups. Yeah. No, we could do it however you guys want it. I would.
If you guys want to do that, that's the toughest way to do it.
We could do like 2 miles and then break it up to 5 sets.
Yeah, I like that. 30 burpee pull-ups per set. That's a lot though. 30 burpee pull-ups, you're not gonna want to go back for running, but I like it. We should do it.
Would you would obviously do the
you would want to do it in set 1 mile increments?
I'll do whatever you guys do. I'll follow you guys.
Because I feel like the only
you would crush us, so you'll.
I probably would. That's the crazy thing, right? It's like you guys are way better runner, but just the mix, I'm just gonna be probably better at that. So, but it would be fun to do it. We could do it, together, but solo. So like, see who gets the
how
best
would you
time.
do if you did it at the gym? How would you do the run? Just run around the building?
For me, I would do 10 rounds because I can run 1 mile decently fast. And
around the building?
No,
on the air
we
runner?
have like markers. We have like an 800-meter marker. I have a mile marker somewhere in the neighborhood. So I would go there and back and then do my 15 burpee pull-ups or something like that. And then
10 sets. That seems that would be gnarly, but that'd be cool too.
Because it'd be crazy to think to go run for an hour and a half, come back, and then do.
Yeah, I was kind of joking, but
that's
doing it like that would be pretty cool to do.
Yeah. Dang, I want
a mile.
I've never heard of that.
And we could film it.
That'd be sick.
Put it on your channel.
Yeah, put it on YouTube for real.
Yeah.
See where
we need to get some people to come film it though.
We would have an expert, whatever you are, middle tier, and then like somebody that does it CrossFit and a beginner, and we compare our times. That'd be sick.
I think so. That's the thing, right? It's like we do a lot more stuff like that than just lifting.
Yeah.
So like that's why I think you really would like it. And when you do lift, when we have lifting stuff, we could totally scale it for you that, it's not super intense. We don't do as much barbells. We do more dumbbell stuff or kettlebell stuff or whatever. Because I mean, even the workout we have today, if I don't know it by heart, but it's like a grind. It's like you start with a 1K run.
Yeah,
then
today's
you do
look great.
80 burpee over a box. Then you do another K run. Then you do another sled push. Then you do another K run. Like then you know what I mean? Like it's like that.
And the partner workouts are cool.
Okay, I'm gonna get us out of here on this because it is long.
Yeah.
Have you been seeing the High Rock stuff?
Yeah.
What's your thought process on that?
It's just they're trying to grow right now. Like they're trying to become this new thing. I think it's cool.
I think it's pretty sweet.
It's cool. It's just, for me in my head, it's not a methodology. It's not something that's gonna cure chronic disease for people. Like what we do with CrossFit and affiliate, like we're trying to help everybody. What they are is basically a workout. It's a workout that's being standardized, kind of like a triathlon, like an Ironman or something. But it's a lot more CrossFit-y or more varied. And that's it. It's just it's a epic thing you can do once or twice, or if you want to get into it and get better at it, you can do it. But I don't think it's the most sustainable way to train.
It seems like it's just for the competition aspect, which
I would love to do one.
I like it in the fact that I feel like it's not difficult to do the lifts. Like there's not
very accessible.
You're doing a row, you're doing you're doing the wall ball, you're doing lunges, like. Anybody can do it, and anybody can train for
very
it.
Low
I feel
skill.
like
Very low skill.
Yeah,
you don't have to really get out. Like as long as High Rocks, the best at High Rocks are the best runners that can kind of do a little strength stuff.
Yeah,
they're not like complete runners, but look at the guys that win.
Yeah, I've seen the guys that win are like fairly scrawny. Like they're not jacked. Dude.
Like Hunter McIntyre or this new guys, James Kelly, whatever. They're runners that have the capacity to lift a bit of weight.
Yeah.
That's the guy that do well at High Rocks.
Okay.
So you would actually do pretty well.
Yeah, when you don't have to add in those other.
Yeah.
It seems the intensity of it though, like those dudes are spent because it's it's like everybody's goal if you're like a good one is like an hour. I've seen like that's what people try and beat like sub 60 minutes. Like a lot of those guys get like a minute 3, a minute 4, like stuff like that. And they're like laying on the ground after huffing and puffing, sweating their ass off. So.
Well, and they finish with 100 wall balls, so that will jack your heart rate up, and which is why they finish probably laying on the ground.
Yeah,
but like it's a long, hard effort. I would love to do one. We should next time there's one in California, we should go do one. Sign up for it and do it. But I think it's in LA. Usually, it's not close to us.
Yeah,
or you know what I mean. Like last time it was in somewhere in LA. We should do it. You would be good too at High Rocks.
Sure.
He's.
Hey, I'll try. Look. What is it? You sign up, I'll sign up is the most dangerous friendship known to man, right? You do it if I'll do it.
Nice.
I'm down, bro.
Yeah.
Might do it slow.
Yeah.
But I'll fucking do it.
Yeah,
We make a
Jeremy's
lot of
along
fun,
for the
though.
ride. He's in.
CrossFitters, we make fun of High Rocks. For us, like High Rocks is gay,
Yeah.
but it's okay. You can still do it.
You can
Like, it's
dabble in
still
the
fun.
gayness a little bit.
But if you're transitioning to High Rocks, you're basically just transitioning.
There you go. All
You're
right.
just quitting.
We'll end it on that one.
Yeah.
That was great, dude. This was a really
This
fun
is great.
one.
Yeah, thanks for coming
We
on,
were,
man.
Of course, man.
Yeah, we got to know you a little bit better and we've hit it off, dude. How many guests have we had? 4 or something? Avery, 1, 3, 4?
This
They've been great.
Marin's the third
Yeah.
because it was
Wow.
Evan
Great.
and
I'm
Galibe.
honored.
Yeah,
You know?
everybody, we've got some cool people here doing
Dude.
some cool things. Check out where can they find you? Do you have a Instagram page?
Lift CrossFit, yeah.
Yeah.
Lift, like lift, not
Yeah.
like the lift, Uber lift.
Yeah.
Not with a Y, with an I.
Like lift,
an I.
and then CrossFit.
Yeah.
You
And
can
when
find us there.
are you open 6 days a week or?
Open every day but Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a program from Monday to Friday, like 3 classes in the morning and then 3 classes in the afternoon.
Sweet.
And then Saturday it's just like a 9 a.m.
Okay.
So, yeah. But yeah, if people want to sign up or try it out, they can just text us on Instagram or we have a website
Show
and
up,
then
yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, on
Thanks,
that
guys.
note, we're out.
See you next week.
See you next week.